Man, not go show.
Saying
Man's calm still. Man's chilling. Friday, fam.
Friday. I, li-
Friday,
I,
fam.
I just literally said it when I got into the whip. I was like, "Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Yeah, that word. It's Friday.
We
It's
made it.
Friday.
We made it."
Nah, word. Nah, it's calm though. What's life's on over there? Is it raining today for over there as well?
Yeah, no,
I'm
the
at the
weather's
UK, bro.
yeah, no,
And
all
they
day.
said we're supposed to be approaching summer.
Yeah, see, you know what it is with the weather in the UK? Yeah, it gives you a glimpse of hope. The last couple of days, it's been
Somewhat word.
somewhat. We give the impression that summer was on the
Yeah.
horizon, and they caught us off guard with this one. But yeah, nah, it's not ideal.
Word.
Last night, literally, I woke up. I think it must have been 3 a.m. and it was torrential downpour. I was like,
Swear.
yeah,
Wait, woke you up?
yeah. Now woke me up. It was that bad. I was like, raw. I was like, I was like, this blazing.
Nah, word. They need to triple it up, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
but
nah, word.
yeah,
Nah,
nah,
Sean.
but
Imagine though. Do you have something you wanted to say? Because I have something I
no,
was even going to
no,
talk
no,
about.
go on.
I was even going to talk about obviously I've been patting in the gym in it. These
Yeah, what's
times
his name?
my it's calming at these times. You know, Sean. You know when you go to the gym after time and literally the way my chest was hurting, Sean. I couldn't even sleep, bro. Like I couldn't even sleep. But anyways, what I was gonna say though, it's like it's even nuts, bro. So I even weighed myself today, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts, fam. It's time to pick up the pace now, bro. It's time to pick up the pace. So obviously,
Swear.
yeah. So imagine, obviously I had a PT like a year ago, innit? When I started that
Mm,
process, I was 87 kilograms, yeah.
yeah.
At the lowest, I probably got to like 64. Like when I saw
Mm,
you that time, I was probably like, because I remember we spoke. I think I was like 69 or something like that at the time, or maybe
yeah.
70 in it.
Mm.
Imagine, Sean. Guess how much I weighed this morning?
Ooh, I'm gonna say mid 70s.
84.9.
Jesus.
Embarrassing, fam. Embarrassing, bro. Nah,
Nah,
it's even
do you know
peak
what it
though.
is,
Do
yeah?
you know? No, go.
Do you know how easy, like, it upsets me how easy it is to put on weight. Some of the people that struggle out there that can't put on weight, oh, count your lucky stars. Because
100.
honestly, us lot, we slip up one day. One day is all it takes.
Nah,
Couple
word.
days, just be free, do as you will. It's long. It's long.
These times,
84.
you have to get off the scale, go back and say, nah, surely not. You have to go back.
Yeah, now what?
You know, but
You take it.
but that the
You take
scale.
word. You take it for socks. I think it'll make a difference.
Nah,
No.
I can't lie, I'm laughing, but it's even peak, bro. I'm like, yeah, that's embarrassing, bro. That's poor.
Do you know what it is
That's
though,
poor.
John? There's two ways you can look at it. Yeah, you can look at it like that, or do you know? I've been that's been in my head the last couple of weeks. Yeah, is
Mm.
that summer bodies are made in the winter. Do you know what I'm
100,
saying?
100,
They are,
100.
like it's not you don't get to summer and then think, oh yeah, now I can pattern a few things. I think people think have that bad mentality of like, oh
Yeah,
let me not worry too much. Let me get to summer when it starts getting like May June time, then I'll start. It's at that point
doesn't
you're having
pan.
to. It's long. It's long. I personally do not have the minerals to. Actually no, that's a lie. I do. I would do it, but I've realized overdoing it for so many years now that you know what, yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Do you get what I'm saying?
100. Overall, I'm positive in it, but I think for me
Yeah,
as well, it's just like I have to admit that, bro. This is poor. Like this is time.
yeah.
Like now, there's no messing around. The good thing is though, obviously, I know how to pattern it,
Mm,
especially the
mm,
cut. Like I know how to pattern the cut. So I've
mm.
even initiated the process, bro.
Yeah,
Even now, I'm even hungry, but um,
yeah, no,
it's
same.
calm in it. Like I know how to pattern. You know, last time I did it, I lost like over 12 weeks. I lost over 20 kilograms. You know, in
Swear.
12 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
swift.
that's crazy.
It was swift, bro.
Yeah,
So
no.
this time we're gonna see in it, but I reckon I just have to try and take it positively. This time I'll do it again, but this time I know where I can improve this time in terms
Mm,
of how to pattern it. This time as well, I reckon I'm gonna focus more on lower abs. You know them stubborn lower abs from. You know the ones there. So
that's
I
what I've been
reckon I'll
on. This.
focus on
What
that
I've been
more.
on this. John's good for
Um,
that
yeah.
one. Decline sit ups. So
Oh, the one where you're on the
it's like a slant. It's
you're
like a bench.
downwards and then you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bottom two abs, John, off that one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna be working on.
If you do that one with like a plate on your chest, it's game over. It's game over. So because I feel like those are always the bottom. The bottom two are always the hardest two to get.
Stubborn, bro.
Yeah,
They're
no, no,
stubborn.
no.
Yeah,
Everyone will have the 4 pack, but
100.
getting the bottom two is somewhat long. So I've been starting implementing that, and John, that one is long. You know, you feel like you're gonna get a hernia. It's tight.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
could. Yeah, no, but it's good though. So now that's good though. It's one of those things where it's just like slowly and steady wins the race in it. So
No, for sure,
if you
for sure.
start now, you become. And like you said, you've
Always.
been here before. That's what I'm saying. With these sort
I've
of
been there
fitness
before,
things,
yeah.
you got to act like you've been here before. Do you know what I'm saying? You've been here,
Mm,
John. You know what it takes to get to that point now. So all it's going to
yeah,
take is just learn from your lessons, and it's actually better than this time because I don't know. When you start off doing something for the first time, I feel like it's the most painful, isn't it? It's like driving somewhere. You don't know where
mm,
you don't know where you're going. That drive just feels long. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you've never been there before. But once you've
yeah.
been there once, going back there again, you're
No,
familiar
for
with the
sure.
route. You know what I'm saying? You know how to
I
take a few
reckon, I
shortcuts.
reckon the actual once I get into the flow, it'll be easier this time. But I reckon the hard thing this time now is it's kind of like you know how they say if you have money, then you lose money. It's worse than never
Mm,
having money in the first place. It's like
yeah.
the pain of just like knowing where you are. I think for me that's the
Mm,
hardest thing. It's the knowing. It's almost the internal embarrassment, Sean, bro. It's the
it's
internal.
yeah. It was.
That's the hardest thing, bro. But we'll get
Can I
over
ask a
that and we'll
question?
pattern it. Go on.
What for you is like in terms of the losing weight aspects?
Mm,
Okay, what do you think is for the general population the hardest bit? The training or the diet? One,
diet, diet.
and
Okay,
for you personally, what is it? Training or diet?
um, the hardest thing is definitely diet, 100%,
Mm,
because there's people that actually bang out the gym, but their physique is just like doesn't really show anything.
it's not adding up.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
not really
adding up
adding up, and it's because they
at all.
haven't. The diet is the harder thing. The gym for a lot of people, for most people, once you start going to the gym, it can become addictive. Obviously, you get your PBs, you're there, you're chilling. Some people have friends there.
Mm,
It's calm in it. It's a
yeah,
social environment sometimes, isn't it?
yeah,
So I think people go to the gym. They might even be getting stronger, good for them, but their diet is not patterned. And so if you're
it's not
trying
on.
to lose weight, that's not it. That's not it. It has to
Yeah,
be both, bro. If anything, you can lose weight without doing the gym. The only problem is you'll lose muscle as well and you'll look dead. But
yeah. Well,
um, I'd say the diet. For me personally, it depends.
mm,
Overall, it depends, innit? Overall, I'd say the gym is harder. Like I'm more
mm,
likely to pat my diet and not go to the gym than go to the gym and not pat my diet. Do you get it?
yeah, yeah.
But
You're right.
that being said,
It's funny.
the sun's looking
Jesus.
mad. Nah, it's calm.
Yeah. You
Can you see
know.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that being said though, I would say it depends on where you are at in the process. Because once you get into the flow
Mm,
of the gym becomes easier.
mm, mm,
Um, whereas the dieting, because here's the thing, yeah. Like if you go to like the gym, bro, you go to the gym, you're there for like what max 2 hours and it's done, and
mm.
you can relax for until tomorrow or 2 days after it's
Yeah,
calm. But the
yeah.
diet thing is 24 hours, as in you're
Yeah.
hungry consistently, and I know
Mm,
tomorrow I'm going to be hungry again, and the day after I'm going to be hungry again. Do you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
The gym is like a
Yeah.
2 hour pattern, then you're finished. So it depends where you're at in
Yeah.
the process. Overall, I say the gym's harder for me, but I can
Yeah.
understand why. But for most people, the diet's harder.
The process is tough as well, you know, because it's like the further you get along the process, the stricter it becomes. You get what I'm saying? So it
100.
depends. When I always say to people that come to me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to lose some weight," because you know, the last couple of weeks I've been in the gym. You know,
Mm.
yeah, I think like I've had a few people come up to me and just be like, "Oh, like your physique, whatever, cool, cool, cool."
Man, like,
And
chat.
yeah,
That is one of
no,
them ones in the gym, bro.
I was gassed. I was gassed. But it's like
Yeah,
I remember there was like some 16-year-old guy that came up to me. He was 16 and he came up to me and he was like, he was maybe like, I want to say 5'11, 5'11,
grade
quite,
on or no?
yeah, great on, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Skinny build. And to be fair, he looked like he trains in it, but he just doesn't have a lot of mass on his body.
Right.
But he was obviously asking me like, how much do I weigh? And how much, John, he weighed more than me and he couldn't be like, he said, you're lying. It doesn't make sense.
No,
It doesn't.
100.
I was like, first of all, let's also bear in mind the height difference. So I'm more compact that way. But also in terms of like my muscle maturity is greater than yours. You know what I'm saying? I've been here before. I've had to go through constant cycles
Mm,
of going to the gym, cutting, putting on weight, cutting, putting on weight to the point where now I've built like muscle to this level. I mean, to be honest, I never really had to do that. Well, I did it, but I didn't do it consciously. I think it was just periods of time where I felt like I wanted to lose weight. I wouldn't even have called it a cut because I didn't do it intentionally thinking, oh, this is cutting, this is bulking. Like for me, bulking is just eating normally. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Mm,
I said to him, he was like, "Oh, I want to put on weight and stuff." And I said to him, I was like, "To be honest with you, I'll be real. At your age, you do not need, especially you. I can see already you have a fast metabolism." I said to him, "What do you eat?" And he said, "I eat whatever I want." I was like, "Well, there we go. All right, you eat whatever you want anyway. So really and truly, you having to try and put on actual mass is going to be for you difficult because already
mm,
you're not giving a toss as it is. So now for me to say to you now, don't give a toss even more and just eat greater sums of it, it's hard, isn't it? If you weren't eating already, it's hard. It's easy just to say eat a bit more food. And I
yeah,
was like, realistically, as you grow older, your body starts to slow down. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So your metabolism right now, it's going to be so hard for you to your appetite to try and keep up with your metabolism in order to put on that mass that
More,
like
yeah.
you want to put on. So I said to him, realistically, for you, all I would suggest, and this is what I think is horrible about social media, is that a 16-year-old guy, yeah, for example, I know for a fact he is watching people that are probably in like their mid 20s, mid to late 20s.
30s. Yeah, yeah.
These men have been here before, John. They know what they're doing. They've done this process over and
True.
over again. A 16-year-old doesn't actually process that in his head and thinks that I want to look like that. But you can't because they at one point looked like you as well at their age. Do you get what I'm saying? But because I said to him, I was like, by the time you get to my age, like that's I was actually deep in how old you are, John. I said it out loud in my head, and I was like, this is actually crazy because he's
No
16.
word.
I was like, by the time you get to my age, you're gonna be that's 7 years, John. That's like doing secondary school again. And I was like,
That's
by the time you get to my
nuts.
word. I was like, that's how big the gap is. I said to him, I was like, realistically, your body's gonna start slowing down more and more and more. So long as you keep training, now that food you're eating is gonna stick on more. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Hmm.
at that age, there's this pressure to be like, oh yeah, I need to bulk, I need to eat this much, and then on the flip side, there are kids which I see are a bit on the heavier side. One, obviously, I feel like your body does mature over time, and eventually you will drop a bit of weight. But
Yeah.
also in terms of their diets, John, yeah, it's not the one because I like even for example, I heard one kid say to me. No, he didn't even say it to me. I just heard him saying it to his boy in passing, and I was just there like, I wanted to just be like, bro,
Just,
but I
yeah.
didn't want
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I wanted to tell him. He was like, I have two. What was it? He was like, I have two chocolate bars a day, uh, three packet of crisps, and he was like, "I'm gonna go down to what was it? One chocolate bar and two packets of crisps." And granted, yes, he probably will start to lose weight from that process of doing that. But when he said it, yeah, John, the maths was not math.
No,
The maths, I was doing it in my head. I was like,
it
"Not adding up."
wasn't. No, it doesn't add up,
No,
Sean. It doesn't add up.
it doesn't. But I was like, the problem is that his expectation from that is that he's going to be lean and shredded, John. So I was like, that doesn't make sense. Make that make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? If you was just saying, let me
Uh,
lose a little bit of weight, yeah, of course, doing that, you're going to lose a bit of weight because you're having less calories than you were having before.
yeah.
But if you think just because you're going to have less of bad stuff, it's going to then, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I follow a principle of like whole foods. You should eat whole foods. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you should
Mm,
be should, don't get me wrong, I do dibble and dabble in a few processed stuff here and there, but if I can avoid it, because that processed stuff, I don't know what they put in there, John, but the body, it's not meant for it. I think it
100.
doesn't break it down quick. It just sticks in it sticks in your system, and it's long. So it's tough, man.
Do you know what's so interesting? Yeah. A few things. So, do you know what? Typically, you find that a lot of people,
Mm,
uh, when they should be trying to bulk, they're trying to cut, and when they should be trying to cut, they're trying to bulk.
yeah.
Because, and it happens because naturally you do what's actually easier for you. Do you get
Mm,
it? Like, so for someone like myself, it'd be way easy for me to say, yeah, I'm bulking. I just get to
oh
the
yeah,
gym and be like, yeah, yeah, I'm bulking. But that's just
yeah,
not the pattern, bro. Do you get it? Like, let's be honest with yourself. You need to lose the fat, bro. So
yeah.
I'd say in the second group that you mentioned, I think it's tough, but most times the best thing to do is go to the extreme, and the extreme in this
Mm,
case is to learn how to count everything that's going into your body: the carbs, the fats, the proteins,
mm,
the calories, and then know like the whole
mm,
what's the whole foods and stuff. Like get to that point,
yeah.
Once you pattern that, then you can move back to relaxing. Do you know what I'm saying? But you can't
Hmm.
go the other way. You can't go. You have to go to the extreme and then come back. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
it's interesting
It,
with the
it's
first guy you said. My little brother's in a similar situation, you know. So he's like
okay.
14,
Yeah,
starting. No, he's 15. Sorry, starting to pattern the gym thing. 1 2 1 2s. Like
yeah,
for him, he munches whatever he wants and he just pretty much stays skinny. Like it's even a blessing,
yeah,
bro. But I was just saying,
yeah,
listen, just carry on banging the gym, and then where you can, just eat more protein. Just be conscious. I'm trying to eat more protein where possible. Apart
yeah,
from that,
yeah.
what else can you really do in it? Like, just
There's
relax, man.
nothing.
Yeah,
You're fighting a losing battle trying to think that you're gonna put on mass. It's not gonna work.
yeah. Just a little bit of protein here and there. Bang out the
Yeah,
gym, run around. Simple,
yeah.
fam.
Well, it's simple. But nah, it's tough. It's this fitness thing. I think it's a vicious cycle. I can't lie. I think
Yeah.
I've been at points where it's like consumed me personally in terms of just like your striving for perfection, which is you're never going to reach it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's always
Mm,
something, and that's what I'm saying. It gets harder and harder the further along the process you get along. Because I remember there was a point when I was John, when I was 70, no, John, when I was 78 kg,
mm.
being 73 kg at the time when I was 78 was like wow. Do you know what I'm saying? Then I got to 73 and I was like, okay, I'm here now.
Yeah.
What's different? Like, okay, it's different, but it's not in your head. You're striving for something that you can just never achieve. And then I thought, let me get to 70. Cool, got to 70, and I was like, that's calm, but it's not. It's not like it's not. When I see a picture, I'm like, it's not that though. Like the abs are
Yeah,
not
right.
popping as
No
whatever.
popping,
Cool.
popping,
So
yeah.
then, and like, cool. Let me get to 60. I think it was 65. Got down to 65. Cool. And I was like, yeah, at this point, I'm cutting my calories down so far to the point where it's like, let's say, for example, I have a day of eating where it's like eggs. So let's say it started off with like, let's say eggs, breads, and then for lunch I have tuna and eggs, and then let's say for dinner I have chicken and salads. Cool.
Simple.
So that's what it started off as. By the end of it, John, it was I'd have the same amount of eggs, but I'd take all the egg yolks out of it. I'd have no bread.
Simple.
And
Simple.
then for lunch, I'd have egg whites again, with like, maybe like one egg yolk, and then 2 cans of tuna. And then dinner, I'm only give myself like 3 pieces of chicken and salad. And it's like you can keep going. Do you know what I'm saying? Your brain doesn't tell you like enough is enough. It's like
Mm,
I can always get that tiny bit better if I just do this, just do that. And
right.
looking back at it now, I'm at a point now where I'm just like, you know what, yeah. Um, I think my goals have changed as well in terms of like the things I want to do. Because obviously, I think I told you before I want to do that like a higher ups event thing. For me at this point, I just want to be the best athlete I can possibly be.
How much
Like, I
you weigh
want to be
now?
ready. That's a good question. I don't even know. I've just been
Roughly.
doing it. I'd say, judging by how I feel, um, maybe high 60s. I think probably around there.
Fair enough. And then do you
Maybe
reckon
maybe
to pat an athlete thing, do you reckon you'll end up being lighter or do you reckon it'll balance out? Like you'll maybe go a little bit up, but then do you reckon it'll
it's
be eat you know what I'm saying?
it's difficult because I feel as lean as maybe a bit less lean as I was in the summer, but I have a lot more muscle on because in the summer I wasn't gymming at all, not at
Fair.
all. Whereas now I'm gymming, so I might even weigh a bit heavier than I think I do, but I know for a
Right.
fact it's just more muscle mass than I had before. But I feel like um what's it? I'd need to maybe be a bit lighter, like come summertime, especially when it's hot.
Mm.
Needs to be a bit lighter. But that actually brings me on to something I was going to say to you. So yesterday, yeah, I was at the gym. John, this was
Uh-huh.
jokes. When I'm at the gym, there's like a big space where you can do like loads of like circuit stuff, and there's all the calisthenic dons are all there, right?
I swear
So
they have that there.
yeah,
Hey, bro,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
even cold. I even need to go to your gym one time, you know. I've
Nah,
never
it's
been there.
cold. Cold. I think you'll like it. It's good. They have a sauna and everything. But so there's all these calisthenic guys there. For me personally, when I'm at the gym, I mind my business, innit? I just do my own thing. But there's this guy that I see every single day, John, without fail. He's there doing his calisthenics. He's doing his handstands. He's doing his muscle ups. The whole thing.
100,
And to be fair, I rate him. He's cold at what he does. I never spoke to him.
yeah.
Cool. So I'm doing my thing yesterday now, and some guy comes up to me and he's like, "Yeah, cool. Do you want to come over and do like this dead hang challenge where it's like you hold onto the bar, and then you just hang there for as long as you can?" There's
Listen,
some
bro, I've got places to be. Man said,
yeah.
man said you
I
wanna
was
come in the
like,
deck challenge, bro.
I looked at him. I was like, Can you not see I'm a little bit busy? But anyway,
100.
I was like, it was just before I started out the full workout, so I was like, you know what?
Let's
Go on,
see.
man. Let's see how this
100.
goes. I mean, I've never done it before, so I can't lie. For me personally, I had zero expectation I was going to do well at all. Some guy does it before me. He's maybe like 16, 15, and he was on there for maybe like a minute, and then he fell off. Now the calisthenic guy, he comes over now. I'm like, oh yeah, long, hello. What
Yeah.
are you doing? What are you doing? So he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it with you as well. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm
Rotted.
thinking, yeah,
The stakes
he's
are
gonna,
high now, bro.
yeah, stakes are high. I was like, but in my head, John, I've seen this guy. I've seen him. I know for a fact there's no way I'm beating him in the
Mm,
slightest. But anyway,
mm.
he comes now. He gets his what's it, the chalk? Yeah, slaps on the
Yeah,
chalk. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bruh. I was like, okay. And he even said to me, he was like, "Do you want some chalk?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna need some chalk." Because by this point, I'd already done a bit of running, so my hands they were a bit
Yeah,
sweaty.
yeah.
So he gives me the chalk now, and so guys were called gym staff. He's holding the timer, and he says, "Okay, you ready?" And hang, cool. We're holding it. And to be fair, my technique, I had my AirPods in. I was listening to a bit of Drake. I was locked in, John.
Simple,
I
simple.
literally was just like, just do not move, because I know how this works. When you move, your muscles. The science thing, it actually paid off. I was like, when you move, muscles use oxygen and all that sort of stuff. Gets tired, cool. So I was like, just stay as still as you possibly can. I'm hanging now. My eyes are
But
closed,
these times
John.
you're hanging arms straight, or it's not like a bet, it's just
Straight,
arm straight thing. Okay,
straight.
okay.
Just hang, just hang.
Yeah.
I'm hanging now. Everything's feeling loose. I'm in. I mean, I'm not even looking at the time. I'm not even looking at him to look at the time or anything. I'm just like, I'm in my zone. Next to me, I feel
Yeah.
he's struggling. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, hang on, what's going on? I was like, is he
Yeah.
adjusting his hands? And I didn't want to look, but I was like,
Yeah, 100.
hang on. And I feel like the bar's shaking now. I'm thinking, rah, he's struggling.
No, what happened to this though, bro?
What is this? I was like, you must be showing me up. And so it
Is
gets
he a big
to,
don? Is he a big don or no?
he's like my height, but John, the shoulders are like they're white. Like
Black don,
he's
black don.
no, grey on as well.
Oh,
Grey on,
interesting. Okay,
tattoos, all, yeah. Like
okay.
John, I watch him and he's cold, but for some reason it was not banging at all. So he fell
Swear.
off now, and I can see John. He was vexed. He was.
Simple.
I think he was actually shook. He was like, "I've not watched this guy do any of this because I know he
100.
sees me. If I see him, he must see me, and he knows that I
100%.
don't do all that stuff at all. So I think he was like, hang on, what's going on now? So I'm now thinking, you know what, yeah, I'm calm. Like I'm not even
Not even
it's
reaching the
actually
point
not,
of
it's not even I can chill. But this chalk thing, John, is mad because when I tell you it feels like you're stuck to the bar. So I
swear.
actually so it felt like my hands wanted to start to let go, but like my hands were stuck, if you get what I mean. So I wanted to let go. I was in pain, but my hands were stuck. Like my
Swear.
hands were actually stuck around the bar. So I think, John, there was I broke the gym record as well. This is what is crazy.
Swear.
They've been doing this for weeks. So I was just on there now, and it gets to 3 minutes. I open my eyes, have a peek. I look at the guy, and he's looking at me. He's like,
Well, like, well, like, go to your fam.
so now at this
Swear.
point, now he's like, you're about to beat the gym record. At this point, now it's just competitiveness. I was like, oh, now I'm
100.
locked in. I'm locked in now. There was nothing
Then he,
at
then,
that
he,
point.
then he went to the next song. Say no more, fam.
Yes, anyway, I was like, there was nothing anyone could have said to me, or no matter how much pain I was in, that's going to make me drop. So this point, I'm like, I'll firm it. So I stay on, and then I think it was like 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Then I fell. That's actually quite long, 3 minutes. That's a song. But in my head, I
No
was just
word.
listening to the song. I wasn't even processing anything. So I fell down now, and this guy, I can tell he is vexed, John. He is actually like, so what am I doing all this for?
100. Now, what was the reason of this? Like, what was the point of all of this?
Yeah,
100.
all of this. Why am I even here? I can see he was
Yeah.
so defeated, John. I wanted to go give him a hug. I felt bad, I was like, oh, no, I shouldn't have done that. But
Did he
I
talk?
was
Did he
like,
talk to you after?
yeah, he did, but John, I could tell he was burnt, He was burnt. But I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm sorry in a minute. Because I even said to him, I didn't even say it intentionally. I was just like, I've seen you've been doing this for quite a while, and he was like,
100.
don't rub it in, mate. And I was like, oh no, mate, it's fine.
Yeah. No, 100, 100. Because that, I
But
can't lie, that's even peak. Donnie's thinking about it right now. He's thinking, right, how do I How do I?
That's the thing with the gym, and I feel like people need to get this out of their head. There's always going to be someone slightly better than you, like that, and that's just
Mm,
the reality of it. Do you know what I mean? And you should never take it to heart. Like John, he looks 10 times more like he should have won that than I should have. Just based
mm,
off our physiques. Don't get me wrong, I've got a good physique, but it's like the calisthenic guys. They look like they're built for that sort of thing. They borderline look like gymnasts,
yeah.
and I was just like, he took it to heart. But in my head, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I will feel like the strongest man in the moment when I'm doing a certain exercise. But all it takes is some other guy to come along and to use my working set as his warm up.
Mm,
Do you get what I'm saying? And it doesn't
yeah,
matter
yeah, yeah.
because at the end of the day, and that's why I feel like these kids need to get out their heads with like looking at different bodies. Because the truth is, like, whatever guy you're using as inspiration, you will never, ever, ever,
Never.
ever, ever look like him. It's not
100%.
possible. It's
100%. It's
physically
even
not
peak, you know.
possible.
It's even
It's
peak.
peak.
But you never, like, there's no need. The only thing you can do is look at someone and be like, "Wow, this guy's consistent. I rate that. He's been here for time. He's improving.
Word.
I rate that still." But the physique in itself, you will never. It
When it
just
comes
won't
to
happen.
physique, the only thing that you should be looking at is yourself in the mirror. Like you look at a picture of yourself. That's what I do. I look at a picture of myself from last summer, and I'm like, that's who I'm trying to beat this summer. Do you get what I'm saying? I need to be better than
Mm,
that this summer because that's the only person you can be. That's you. So that's the only person you can try and improve on. So, like for example, even when you're saying like the bottom two abs, I didn't have that last summer. Well, I did. It was coming through, but because I wasn't gymming, I wasn't doing any sit-ups and all that sort of stuff. They weren't that defined. So that's what I'm saying. This summer, I need to do better than that and get to this point now. So hopefully, I like to hope these kids, if you hear this, just stay in your own lane, run your own race, because honestly, sometimes you need the blinders on because
no,
the
100.
distractions they take you off your path. But
100.
yeah, man,
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna hop off. But next time we even need to chat about your videos, fam. The fitness videos, fam.
say no
We'll pattern
more.
that on Monday, fam. We'll pattern
Yeah,
that on
Monday
Monday.
we'll pattern that. We'll pattern that. Now have a good
Alright,
meeting, man.
in a bit, bro.
In a bit, in a
Alright,
bit.
say no more.